there, Danielle. Good morning. It is Jay Obertans with Rourke Mazda. I don't even know why I said good morning. When you wake up at 5:30, I wanted to say like good evening, and then I think it's noon. I don't know, so I'm going to apologize in advance. You get this mess behind the camera here. But regardless, one thing I wanted to do, I thought would be the most respectful of your time, is make you a video here of the CX5 that you were most interested in. This particular trim in front of me is the Touring trim level. Now, it does have the optional preferred equipment group package that I did mention. Predominantly, out of every 10 Tourings that are produced from the manufacturer, nearly 8 to 9 are going to have the preferred equipment group package, as it is the most popular. The good news is it's no different, no distinguishable from non-preferred to with preferred. So by making you a video here, you'll not only be able to see exactly what the Touring trim offers, but what you get on that preferred package. So kind of starting up in the front, there's no doubt about it, it's pretty sexy, I gotta say, or I wouldn't be driving one myself. You know, I got style. Obviously your headlamps, though it's hard to see in the light of Pittsburgh, which yes, I did use light in Pittsburgh in the same sentence, but the headlamps are full LED, so there's very bright blue lights you'll see in like a lot of Lexus and Audi and BMW products. Same way with the Mazda. Now, Mazda is all about safety, and one thing that you're going to notice is up behind the rear view mirror, though the sun glare is on it, you might see that camera looking out. And then you're also going to notice that the whole Mazda emblem isn't real. And that's because the Mazda emblem is a lens cover, and that camera obviously is a camera. So those systems work together for what Mazda calls the iActive Safety Suite. So the vehicle is constantly looking down the road for obstacles, or a pedestrian, or closing a distance too quickly, and it's going to set off an alarm to alert you and then automatically brake the car to prevent you from crashing. And that is anywhere from 2 all the way up to 80 miles an hour. Now, likewise, it's going to also be reading the lane lines, meaning you have what they call lane keep assist. So the car will not only be able to kind of say, hey, beep, beep, you veered out of your lane, it'll actually be able to pull on the steering wheel and drive you back into your intended lane. It's pretty cool. And then with that, the headlamps I mentioned are LED, but they have light reading. So it now gives them the ability to read oncoming light, and they can turn on and off the high and low beams automatically for you. The last feature you're going to have with that is a radar-based cruise with stop and go. And here's where it gets real crazy, is the car has the ability in cruise mode to basically increase and decrease its speed to keep a safe distance, which you can preset. But the stop and go gives it the ability to drive itself in stop and go traffic. And that's where things get really crazy, because I use it all the time, and it is a fantastic feature. The only thing I need you to promise me to do, Danielle, is not tell Geico, because the absolute last thing Geico needs is another reason to hate me more than they already do. But it's programmed to follow the car in front of you. So if the car stops in front of you, your car comes up to it and stops. And when that car starts moving again, your car starts moving again. So it was a system that Mazda designed to help reduce driver stress in high traffic areas. And of course, you'll see the shark fin antenna, the rear lip spoiler. You got your big dual exhaust pipes down there for the 2.5 liter Sky Active. Everything is going out through all-wheel drive here. Now, kind of walking up to the car, you'll notice the button for the advanced keyless system to lock and unlock the car. But onto the interior, one thing with Mazda is they consider themselves more competitive to Acura, Audi, and Infiniti than they do to Honda, Toyota, and so forth. So you're going to see a very Audi-style cabin, that everything is clean and horizontal. You have a super large 7-inch touchscreen floating up front and center. But I gotta use the term touchscreen pretty loosely. When the car is in motion, touch functionality is going to stop, and everything is going to be controlled via this joystick-like system behind the gear shifter for all the features and functions. So very BMW iDrive-like, if you would. You notice that all of the seats are leather with a suede insert, and you do have a power seat for the driver. Even to give you a level of quality, all of the stitch line is hand stitched. You'll see brushed aluminum, piano black. If I go along to the rear, you'll see again all of the leather suede continues. You'll have ventilation for the rear. But another little nifty feature with Mazda is folding down the center armrest and lift it up. You'll see that they hid a USB charging station in the rear. So that way your backseat passengers can charge devices right between them. So hopping in here really quick, you'll notice everything on the screen, pretty easy. If you can see it, you can touch it. However, Mazda doesn't want you touching anything when you're driving. So everything's going to be down here where this knob rolls left and right, it rocks around, and then you press down like a mouse to make a selection. You'll even see that you have the parking brake, you have a sport mode button, which I call the That Pittsburgh Driver button, and then you'll have the volume, you'll see music, home. Navigation is a la carte in the Touring. It can easily be added in if that's something that you'd like. You'll see that it's set up for it on the screen. And if I shift into reverse, you'll see that you have your backup camera with your cross traffic alert, your blind spot monitoring system, which I'm going to shut off. It's push button start, by the way. You'll see the light there and over there in that mirror. So that is your blind spot monitoring system. Now, likewise, communication is going to be all your advanced Bluetooth. It'll even read out text messages to you. And for $199 available late fall, you can upgrade the system to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So luckily that will be available to you. And under settings, if I kind of rock over here into safety, so some of that radar I mentioned can be seen over here. You'll see your CX5 and the lane markings left and right. And when I use the on button, block showed up, and I can increase those blocks or decrease those blocks. Remember, that is that distance I'm setting when I'm using the cruise of how far back I want my car to maintain automatically. And you'll have things like auto lights. You'll even have rain sensing wipers. You'll notice an auto tab where the wipers can adjust their speed automatically based on the water and more. You'll see dual climate controls, 2 different temperatures, and your heated seats. Low, medium, and hell is the 3rd stage. Really, it gets really, really hot. I kind of enjoy it. It reminds me of why I take really, really hot showers so I can practice burning in hell. But likewise, you're going to see everything here is the Touring. Now, lastly, you can add the Preferred package. It's a $1,200 upgrade to the Preferred package, and if you're wondering, okay, what does the Preferred package get me? Well, luckily, you'll never be able to distinguish one that has it and one that doesn't, other than a few key things. So one, the Preferred package is going to wrap you in a Bose stereo system. You'll even see that they added extra speakers up here on the windshield just to make some noise, and you do have a subwoofer in the trunk. So if you want to be like that person at the red light, like windows rattling, seat leaned back, you know, luckily you can do that. The second feature you'll see, you now have the addition of a sunroof up here. The third addition is, if you remember from just a moment ago, I said that navigation is a la carte. You can decide if you want to add it in for $360 to the regular Touring. With the Preferred package, that navigation chip is included. So luckily it doesn't need to be added. You're going to have a full GPS head unit. So again, you have the Bose stereo, full GPS head unit, sunroof, and the last feature, if I press this little handy dandy button here, you'll see that the liftgate is going to pop open. So it adds a powered liftgate to the mix as well, which is height programmable, so you can adjust it to kind of open at a lower height to risk it not smacking something like a low garage or so forth. Now, last but not least, Danielle, I'm going to run over is the Rorick Advantage, because it's something I'm very proud of that our organization does, because we're the largest Mazda dealership, 300-mile circle around Pittsburgh, is every single oil change, synthetic oil by the way, and every single inspection yearly for Pennsylvania is covered for life. You will never pay for a single oil change or ever pay for a single inspection in the life that you own one of our cars. And then I'm going to sound like, you know, like a Price is Right commercial, or like, you know, Billy Mays and OxyClean, and it's just like, but wait, there's more. So you'll notice that you'll see loaner cars and car washes, so something to be respectful of your time. Anytime you visit us with service, you'll never be left in a waiting room or need a ride. You'll always get a free loaner car and get your car washed. You even get bi-yearly service credits that will cover other items like tire rotations and wiper blades, and that is completely lifetime free, all because you chose Rorick. So I gotta apologize, Danielle. Clearly I'm a mess on camera, but I hope this video was helpful, and I certainly look forward to hearing back some of your thoughts and responses once I send it over your way. Thank you again.